All right. All right. Shalom. Shalom. All right. Just checking the feed. We should be live by now. Just letting this pull up. All right. We live. All right. Bear with me. Just want to share my screen here. All right. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, Shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right, I'm back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Kwadash. All right, the title of this show here today is News and Prophecy, Miracles and Lying Wonders, the Signs of the Last Days. All right, which we are clearly in the time of the end, the time of the last days. All right, and if you don't believe, it's on you. All right, let me get this real fast before we get into it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 in verse 1, and it reads, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people," all right, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. "Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." All right. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. It says, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So we're speaking the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. This is not of us. These are not our words. These are the words of the Lord that are being declared unto his people, as the Lord told us in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, to give them warning from me. 2nd Ezra 15:2, it says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Right, the words of the Lord, the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are faithful and true. Let me add on to that. All right. This is Revelation 22 and verse 6. Revelation 22 and verse 6, and it reads this, and it says, "And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true." Right? These words that are written, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the holy prophet, sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. And we're seeing it. All right. The Lord has given us those signs. All right. The Lord is showing his servants all these things which shortly must be done, which is prophecy. All right. This is how we know that we are in the last days. All right. Verse 7. "Behold, I come quickly." All right. Yahweh Shai is coming quickly. And this is how we know by these prophecies coming to pass. "Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book." Right. Those that are watching out, that are paying attention. All right. The Lord told us to watch and pray always, that we be accounted worthy to escape all these things that are getting ready to come to pass. All right. "Blessed is he that readeth." Let me get that too. Okay. This is Revelation 1 and 3, and it reads, it says, "Blessed is he that readeth," right? "And they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." All right. The time is clearly here. All right. The time of what? Of salvation and destruction. That's the time that's at hand. All right, let's get this word for read it real fast.
Strong's G 314. Anagnosko. Anagnosko.
All right, for that word readeth. Blessed is he that readeth. All right, the point, it says to distinguish between, to recognize, to know accurately, to acknowledge. All right, so blessed is he that readeth. All right, and we, the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh Shem Shai, the hopeful elect, we understand these prophecies accurately. Okay, everything that's coming to pass is clearly, all right, accurate. All right, the Lord, the prophecies are on point, and that's why the Lord told us in Isaiah 34:16. All right, before we go back to 2nd Ezra. Okay, Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai and read. All right, the holy scriptures. No one of these shall fail. The prophecies, man. All right, this is how we know by prophecy that the words of Yahweh Shem Shai are faithful and true. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it have commanded, and the spirit it have gathered them, the elect. All right. Back in 2nd Ezra 15, and we'll just read verse 1 again. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right. So your disbelief is irrelevant right now. All right. Prophecy is popping. All right. The prophecies are jumping straight out the scriptures. So to hell with a nigga that don't believe, man. Okay. A scoffer or you know, you're irrelevant. You're insignificant, man. All right. These prophecies are clearly being seen to the Lord's hopeful elect, man. Those that have the ability to see, the eyesight, that can understand it, that can grasp the prophecies. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right. Verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Right. So all you scoffers, you doubters, you non-Bible believers, all right, you atheists, whatever you want to call yourselves, whatever you identify with, man. All right. All you niggas are going to die in your unfaithfulness. All right. So if you don't believe, ultimately that's on you. And that's how the Lord set it up. Romans 3:3, for what if some did not believe? All right. Does it stop the prophecies from coming to pass? All right. Does your disbelief determine that the Bible's not true? All right. So let's get into it. Miracles, right? Miracles and lying wonders, the signs of the last days, right? So let's get into the lesson.
In a groundbreaking medical achievement, researchers have successfully used AI-powered brain implants to restore movement and sensation for a man paralyzed from the chest down. Keith Thomas, who became a quadriplegic due to a diving accident in 2020, can now move his arm simply by thinking about it, thanks to the innovative double neural bypass procedure carried out by scientists at Northwell Health's Feinstein Institutes. The procedure involved implanting microchips in the regions of his brain responsible for movement and touch sensation, interfacing with AI algorithms that translate his thoughts into actions. This breakthrough offers hope for people with paralysis to lead fuller, independent lives and demonstrates the potential of AI in revolutionizing medical treatments. The development builds upon previous single neural bypasses used in labs to control paralyzed limbs with thoughts, but this two-pronged approach is the first to provide touch feedback and restore physical movement outside the lab. As the technology is further optimized, researchers envision a future where neural implants could provide life-changing mobility and independence for many individuals.
All right, so there you have it, man. All right, this video was from this article here on MSN.com. It says Neuralink raises $280 million in Series D to develop human brain C-hip implants. All right. So every day draws closer to this thing fully being rolled out. Okay. It's all tied to the miracles and lying wonders and how you're going to buy and sell in this new society that Esau is rolling out, man. Okay. It says here, let's read down a little bit. So it says the FDA permitted Neuralink to use its brain implant in surgical robot for patient studies. Most recently, the company announced that more than 20 of its brain implants had passed its 5-year accelerated aging standard. The key developments come as the U.S. government probes Neuralink. The Department of Transportation is investigating Neuralink over alleged laxity in transportation and hazardous pathogens on sea hips extracted from monkey brains without proper containment measures. Neuralink raises $280 million in Series D to develop human brain C-hip implants, which was originally created and published by Verdict, a global data owned brand. All right. And that's the point. So everything is leading towards, it's really the war. As I go into my lessons, this is really the war on your mind and body. All right. Because he's pushing a new world. All right. He's pushing a new mindset in the planet Earth, which is ultimately everything being linked to this beast system. Okay. So let's play this because I saw this on World Star. Wanted to pull this up too. More of those miracles and lying wonders. So let's listen to this and we'll grab some scriptures. Right. So your dreams are no longer safe.
Your dreams are no longer safe.
How about this? Can we go from the patterns of your brain when you're looking at an image to reconstructing the image? So the way this worked was they put human beings inside an fMRI machine. They had them look at images and figure out what the patterns are, like translate from image to brain patterns. And then, of course, they would hide the image. So this is a image of a giraffe that the computer has never seen. It's only looking at the fMRI data, and this is what the computer thinks the human is seeing. Yeah. Now, to get state of the art, here's where the combinatorial aspects, why you can start to see these are all the same demo. To do this kind of imaging, the latest paper, the one that happened even after this, which is already better, uses stable diffusion, uses the thing that you use to make art. Like, what should a thing that you use to make art have anything to do with reading your brain? But of course, it goes further. So in this one, they said, can they understand the inner monologue, the things you're saying to yourself in your own mind? Mind you, by the way, when you dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe. But we'll try this. So they had people watch a video and just narrate what was going on in the video in their mind. So there's a woman, she's kind of hit in the back, she falls over. This is what the computer reconstructed the person thinking. See a girl, looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she's knocked off. So our thoughts, are starting to be decoded. Yeah, just think about what this means for authoritarian states, for instance. Or if you want to generate images that maximally activate your pleasure sensor, anything else. Okay, but let's keep going, right? To really get the sense of the combinatorics of this. How about, can we go from Wi-Fi radio signals, sort of like the Wi-Fi routers in your house, they're bouncing off radio signals that work sort of like sonar. Can you go from that to where human beings are to images? So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room. And this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings. hacking Wi-Fi routers to be able to like do something with that. But how about this? I mean, computer code, that's just a type of language. So you can say, and this is a real example that I tried, GPT, find me a security vulnerability, then write some code to exploit it.
Right. So, hey, this is the power of the left hand. This is what this AI is capable of doing, man. All right. This is what's fully in effect right now. So whether you believe or not, man, all right, it's coming to pass. Let me get this real fast. This is okay, this is Isaiah 42. Excuse me. This is Isaiah 42 and verse 9, and it reads, it says, behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things do I declare. All right, which we're seeing here in this lesson. All right, the new things, the AI, you know, the miracles, the lying wonders, this brain implant technology. Okay, basically the MOTB. All right, all these things are being declared. These new things are being declared by the way of the prophets, prophecy, man. And new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you them, man. So you're being told of these new things that are springing forth, man. All right, these are the signs of the last days. All right, this is the beast system that's being fully implemented right now. All right, this is just all that what we've been noticing over the past few months now is all the various components that tie into the beast system, man. All right, which this devil plans on ruling the world under this image, this system here, right? Isaiah 32 in verse 6, and it reads, it says, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, to utter error against the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. All right. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So let's read that in the NLT, these two verses here. All right. Because we're going to get more into how he creates these wicked devices to destroy the poor, which is really what Israel. All right, you Israelites. So this is Isaiah 32 and 6 NLT, and it reads, it says, for fools speak foolishness and make evil plans. They practice ungodliness. All right, because the main part of this technology is once it's in your body, Esau has the ability to be God over you. All right, this is the war for your soul. All right, everything is predicated to controlling your brain. Okay. They practice ungodliness and spread false teachings about the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. They deprive the hungry of food and give no water to the thirsty. And that's what's happening now. Okay. The climate change narratives, the carbon emission. All right. The famines, the orchestrated famines right now, they're controlling the food supply and the water supply. All right. And these devils are literally going to deprive you of food and water. Okay. They want to make you fully dependent on them. This is the time we in. All right. It says, verse 7, the smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil. They plot crooked schemes. They lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just. And this is the motive and the mindset of the Edomites, man. All right. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we're revealing all of their plots and crooked schemes. Right. And here's one of them. All right. Those wicked devices, if you will. Right. Because that, like I was saying, everything is tied back to the technology. OK, going in the body, how he can control your dreams and your mind and your nervous system and your body. All right. So just to add on to that, this is from newstarget.com. It says, humans beware. Mad scientists discover that human DNA can be controlled that human DNA can be controlled with electrical signals from wearable devices. All right. Read between the lines. Human DNA can be controlled with electrical signals from wearable devices. And where those wearable devices are going to be at? They're going to be in your body. All right. They're going to be in your right hand or in your forehead, man. All right. And through those electrical signals, as we just saw here, right, the AI can control you. Okay. Your brain, you're under the control of Satan, man. Okay. This is what Esau has discovered. This is what he's figured out. Remember, his heart is deep. All right. He has the ability to tap in and control your whole body, man. Your mind, body, spirit, man. See? And that's the snare. Okay. It says, let's read on here. It says, a new study has found that human DNA can be controlled electronically through wearable devices that can program genes to perform certain medical interventions. You see? And this is how it's being presented as something beneficial to mankind, but it's all a snare. All right. That's why the scriptures tell us what? To never trust thine enemy. You see? It says researchers successfully triggered human cells in one test. Researchers successfully triggered human cells in one test participant to produce more insulin. They did this by sending electrical currents through an electrogenetic interface program to activate targeted genes. It says, using this same method, scientists say that one day it will be possible to deliver therapeutic doses of all sorts of things for a wide range of health conditions, including diabetes, by using electricity to directly control human DNA. You see this? This is what it's all about, man. Right? Because if he can control your DNA, he's controlling the essence of who you are as a human being, man. Right? It's at that level now. All right? He's taking it there. Okay? It says medical wearables, as they call them, are all the rage these days. They include things like fitness trackers, biosensors, blood pressure monitors, and portable electrocardiogram devices. And all these things involved being put inside of the body, right? You know, this is how he's going to be able to defile you. It says they call these things, quote, smart wearable because, as one done in the recent experiments, these devices can be programmed to deliver drugs on command without the need for an actual doctor to intervene. You see? So that's how they're presenting it. You know, the devices, the technology is already in you. So, hey, all we got to do is, you know, use the AI, the supercomputer to program what we want. Okay. It says, would you wear a device around your ankle or wrist that electronically controls your DNA, right? So you get the point. Let me get some scriptures, man. Right? Let's go to Revelation real quick. Okay. Let's go to, I should have brought this out earlier, but it's right on time. Revelation 13:16. Okay. The point, it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. All right. The MOTB, the charagma. All right. So I'm going to hit this word for foreheads, which is the Greek word metupon, which is what? Space between the eyes, the forehead. So this device, if you will, is going to be put inside. All right. When you read the article, going back to the Neuralink, it says that they tell you that they had to drill this thing under the skull, right? They have to drill the implants under the skull. It's going to be inserted inside of the body, man. You know, going back, right? The space between the eyes, the forehead, right? You know, it's going to go in the body. Clear. Okay, it says verse 17 that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the name. So we know how that's going to roll, right? That's how you're going to buy and sell in this new society that Esau is pushing, right? Let me get this too. Okay, this is 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, as we see right now, the son of perdition, Esau, the Edomite, is being revealed, whom Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth by the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right, his technology, man. Okay, that word for power.
Strong's G 1411. Dunamis. Dunamis.
All right, for that word for power, strength, power, ability, inherent power, power for performing miracles. Right, he's been given the power, all right, to perform these lying wonders, these miracles. All right, because this is nothing but deception, man. It's a snare, it's a trap. All right, your dreams will no longer say that AI can track you. It can record your dreams. It can put out an output based off your thoughts. Right, it can recreate. You see what I'm saying? You know, this wearable technology could control your DNA through electrical signals, man. All right, this stuff is hardcore, man. But people don't believe this. People really think that this is just like science fiction bullshit. No, this is the real deal, man. All right, this is that power on the left hand. All right, it says the power and influence which belongs to riches and wealth. Right, let's go back. Let's read it again. All right, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him, who's him? Esau the Edomite, son of perdition, whose coming is after the working of Satan. All right, with all power and signs and lying wonders. These are the signs, man. These are all the signs and lying wonders here. Okay, it's technology, man. You see the left hand, right? It says, with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness, with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, right? Those that were set up, okay, to be destroyed, man. Who gonna fall victim to this devil's snare, man. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You see that? Those that rejected the words. Okay, because everything that's coming to pass right now is all prophecy. It's all scriptural. Okay, but 2/3 they're not listening. Our people they're not listening. They're not taking heed to the warnings. All right, so that means what? They're going to perish. They're going to die, man. As we read earlier, man, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, the Lord told us to be not ignorant in anything, whether a great matter or small. You see, because to 2/3, this is a small matter. This is, it's just a piece of technology. What harm can it do? That's really the mindset of the majority of our people. And as the articles we read earlier, people are willing, they're ready to get this wearable devices, to put in a body, if you will. They're ready for this shit. They're ready to take it, if you will. Right? It says, verse 11, it says, and for this cause, Yahweh Shemel Shai shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, right? And people are believing this. They're going to believe in those signs and lying wonders. It says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Let's read that in the NLT. See what it says. Right? Because we can see how this thing is going to play out exactly. Right? So it says, 2 Thessalonians 2:9 in the NLT, it says, this man will come to do the work of Satan, with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. All right. This is all that left hand, you know, that counterfeit power. You know, he can control your DNA, right, through electrical signals from wearable devices, man. Right. This is all leading to that C-hip. You're going to be a fucking walking antenna, man. You know, connected to the cloud, to the supercomputer, man, to the AI. Right? It says, verse 10, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10, it says, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction. You see that? Everything here that we see. He's going to use this evil deception to destroy many people. All right, to catch you in the trap, right? As King David warned us of that evil and violent man, right? What did he say? Psalms 140. All right, King David was warning us. You see, this is King David in Psalms 140. Okay, we'll just start at the top and read the first few verses. It says, Psalms 141, deliver me, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, from the evil man, preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. And right now, this technology is basically a war on your soul, on your mind. It says they have sharpened their swords. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips, Salah. And this same serpent, all right, is the same serpent back in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. All right, Nakash, okay, which goes back to an enchanter, okay, a divinator, man, okay, a witch, basically, a warlock, a sorcerer, man. This is who Esau is. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah. Keep me, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, from the hands of the wicked. All right. Preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings. Verse 5, the proud have hid a snare for me. You see? And cords they have spread by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. Yeah, these are all the different traps and snares that he has set up for our people, man. So finishing out, back in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10 in the NLT, it says he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction. Okay, 2/3, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them. Man, niggas ain't trying to hear the truth. They don't want nothing. They don't want anything to do with the word of the Lord, man. All right, which was mentioned in Isaiah 30. This is the spirit of 2/3 of Jake, right? This is Isaiah 30. Okay, Isaiah 30 and 9, and it reads that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which say to the seers, the prophets, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Jake just wants to hear things that make him feel good, you know, prosperity. They don't want to hear about the bitter. You know, they don't want to hear about the straight gate. You know, verse 11, it says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's what 2/3 of our people say to the prophets, man. This is what they say to us. Get out of the way, you know, turn aside from the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us, right? We ain't trying to hear nothing, right? The scriptures tell us that they turned away the shoulder. But all of that's going to be to Jake's destruction, right? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10 NLT, it says, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11 NLT, and it reads, it says, so God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, will cause them to be greatly deceived, and they will believe these lies. Exactly. They're going to believe in these miracles, right? The signs, you know, the lying wonders. It says, verse 12, then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth. Yeah, because you're going to be destroyed. Okay, you get that C-hip, right? Let's get it. Revelation 14. You get that You get that grain of rice, if you will, right? And it's over for you, right? This is Revelation 14, Salakia. Let me pull this up in the KJV. Okay. So this is Revelation 14:9. This is why the Lord told you not to get that. But many are going to fall under that strong delusion, as we were just reading. They're going to be deceived, right? Doomful worshipers of the beast. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So if any man worship the beast in his image, right, and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand, right, it says, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you're going to get destroyed, man. The Lord is going to leave you here and melt you, all right, in the midst of that nuclear fire, and when the chariots bring that destruction as well. Right? This is why we're telling those that can receive it, don't take this thing. Don't get caught up in the strong delusion. All right, the signs, the lying wonders and the miracles. All right, don't get wooed off the beast. You know, verse 11, it says, in the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So there's a penalty for that, man. All right. A horrific judgment that you don't want to be a part of. Right. So this is why I take heed to the warnings, man. Okay. There is no excuse. The Lord said there was going to be no cloak for Jake in that time, man. All right. The word has gone out. All right. The prophets have prophesied. You have been exposed to this truth, to the true ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, let's grab some more. Right, where's that scripture? It says, talks about the miracles as well. All right, bear with me. All right, Salakia. Let me find it. I think it's the elect would not be deceived. Where is that at? Bear with me 1 second. Would not be deceived, the very elect, right? That's what it says, the very elect. Yeah, there we go. All right, this is Matthew 24. Okay, this is Matthew 24 in verse 24, and it reads, it says, for there shall arise false anointed or false Christ, right, and false prophets, okay, which our people look at, Bill Gates and Elon Musk, these technocrats, if you will, they look at them as prophets, Biden and Trump, and it says, and shall show great signs and wonders, which we've been seeing. It says, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, but it's not possible. Okay, the scriptures say that we are not ignorant to Satan's devices. Okay, we're not ignorant of his wicked plots and schemes, man. We know exactly what this is all leading to, but 2/3 are going to fall victim to the trap. Is my point here. Okay, these are those miracles and line of wonders. These are all the signs of what? Of the end, of the last days. All right, but the very elect are not going to be deceived, is my point. All right. So let's move on. Right. Let's grab this scripture here, or this article, Salakia. All right. This the signs of the last days. All right. Let's just add on to that. Okay. So this is from AmericasFirstReport.com. It says America's globalist leaders are psychologically programming the public for World War III, nuclear Armageddon, and climate lockdowns. All right. All these things are coming into play as we speak. World War III, nuclear Armageddon, and climate lockdowns. All right. Because remember, you know, build the gates of hell. What did he say? He said this next lockdown will really get people's attention. And he had that evil ass smirk with his wife, right? For those who saw the video. Okay, so it's coming. All right, it says, jumping down, it says the world is being prepped by the globalists for some very soon and very extreme changes to the global economic order. Lately, there has been a lot of talk about a nuclear Armageddon and another round of lockdowns, this time to fight climate change and global warming. All right, that's the narrative that's being pushed right now. Right, remember what, a few weeks ago, about a month or so ago, you know, you had the Canadian, you know, there was the Canadian wildfires, you know, and all the smoke that was pretty much covering all of America, the East Coast. Right, they were telling people to stay inside. You know, all the news channels were complaining about the air quality. You see what I'm saying? The air quality was just so horrible. You know, stay in the house, don't go outside. All right, this is them, you know, gradually preparing your minds for those lockdowns, man. It says this time to fight climate change and global warming. The daughter of Klaus Schwab, Nicole Schwab, has been pushing the idea of climate lockdowns for some time now, and many others are calling on fake President Joe Biden to implement the same, right? Because his daughter, there's a video circulating on the internet, and his daughter was saying that pretty much, you know, the climate lockdowns are coming, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So they're openly telling you to your face what they're about to do, right? But none of our people are paying attention. It says it also appears as though the government is unleashing bioweaponized ticks to make people allergic to meat so that they will eat bugs instead. If enough people start to catch on and organize to fight back against the tyranny, the globalists are ready and waiting with, quote, plan B of sorts that involves going scorched earth and burning the entire thing to the ground, all right? Because it's all orchestrated, all right? This is all theatrics. As they said, the quote that they have, the world is a stage, all right? All the world leaders are involved. It says it is almost expected that scorched earth will win out in the end now that everyone is talking about the Biden crime family and the collusion and corruption involved between the federal government and big tech. All right, which I did a lesson on that, going into the collusion between, you know, big tech and the government, on how anybody that's pushing a narrative that's against the government, all right, big tech is commanded to censor it, to remove it. So freedom of speech is just an illusion. All right, last paragraph, it says, so with the entire world now falling all apart around Democrats, rhinos, and the Biden crime family at a time when more and more Americans are finally awakening to exactly what these devils in Washington, D.C. will do to illegally hold on to power, including quite literally murdering the American people if they stand in their way. They have to take down Washington, D.C., the old, before they completely bring in the new, reports All News Pipeline. Right, so they have to get rid of the old system to bring in the new one. All right. You know, you can read the rest of this on your own. I'm going to grab some scriptures here. So back in 2nd Ezra 15, in verse 5, it says, we'll start at verse 4. 2nd Ezra 15 and 4, it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And Yahweh Shem Shai is using, all right, Esau on the left hand to implement these various plagues. You know, it says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, so this is the time. All right, let me add on to that. Okay, the Lord is going to use pretty much Esau, okay, the modern day Assyrian, if you will, okay, to bring forth the judgment. All right, Isaiah 10 and verse 5, and it reads, it says, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. You see that? So the Lord is going to use the modern day Assyrian, which is the Edomite, all right, which is going to be what the Lord's indignation. He's going to use Esau to bring forth the wrath. All right, he's the weapon of the Lord. Just to add on to that, all right, Psalm 17 in verse 14, it says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." All right, so Esau is the weapon of the Most High. He's the left hand. He's the sword, as we're reading here in Isaiah 10 and 5. All right. "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and their staff, and the staff in their hand is my indignation." You see? Verse 6, "I will send him against a hypocritical nation." All right. Speaking about Israel. All right, you Israelites. "And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge." You see, the Lord is going to give that Assyrian Esau in charge to do what? To take the spoil, to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire in the streets. All right. So the Lord is going to use that left hand to tread down 2/3 of our people. Right. Those that have rejected this word, those that that were set up to perish, to be destroyed. You see? So this is the full operation of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Right. Let me jump down a little bit. Same chapter. Right. It says, Isaiah 10 and 12, "Wherefore it should come to pass when the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, have performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks," because Esau is going to eventually be destroyed ultimately by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Right, verse 13, it says, "For he saith, by the strength of my hand have I done it. By the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent." So this is the mindset of Esau, right? He thinks that he's done this by his own strength and his own will. It says, "And I have removed the bounds of the people and robbed their treasures, and have put down the inhabitants like a violent man." So this is Esau in his basically in the pride of his mind, you know. Verse 14, "And my hand have found as a nest the riches of the people." All right, because he's went around the world and raped, robbed, and pillaged resources or whatnot, oppressed nations. It says, "And as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped." Verse 15, it says, "Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shake it?" Right, because even though Esau is that axe, if you will, all right, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is the handle. You see, he's the one that's swinging the axe, if you will. It says, if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or if the staff should lift up itself as it were no wood, because it's the Lord that's in full control. All right. Remember, the Lord said that he controls the good and the evil. You know, he's reserved. Let's get that too in Proverbs 16, because Esau is proud because he thinks that he's doing everything based off of his own will. Right. But it's really the Lord that's operating him, man. He's just fulfilling his role as the left hand until it's his time to be taken out of the way. Right. This is Proverbs 16 and verse 4. And it reads, it says, "The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, have made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." You see that? So the Lord is in control of everything, man. And he's using this devil to fulfill the prophecy on the left-hand side before he's taken down, man. All right. So the point, all right, it's all here. All right. News and prophecies, miracles and lying wonders, the signs of the last days, man. You know, so I'm going to leave it there. I pray that this lesson was edifying, man. You know, I just want to keep, you know, the hopeful elect out there, you brothers and sisters out there, updated of the signs of the times. All right. The miracles, lying wonders, man. This is the snare and trap. Don't get none of these wicked devices put in you. All right. Don't take that C-hip, that grain of rice, or your ass gonna be destroyed, man. All right. But this is the power and the capability that he has, right? That left hand. So yeah, pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom. And shalom to the elect. Boom.